Hello friends, welcome to our channel My TSPSC Preparation. I am Sonali, going to be your mentor for history in Telangana. In parallel, I am conducting daily quiz consisting of 20 questions. Do visit the playlist daily quiz for the questions. Yesterday we have seen about Mauryan Empire, that is Chandragupta Maurya, his son Bindusara, his son Ashoka, and then Kautilya who guided Chandragupta Maurya, and then Megasthenes who lived in the court of Chandragupta Maurya, right? And also we have seen how Chandragupta Maurya's life ended, right? So today we are going to see what was like our Telangana after the rule of Mauryas. Did Shatavahanas come into picture, or there were few other dynasties who ruled after Mauryan Empire, right? So let's get started. So what happened after Ashoka's death was, ideally their son has to rule. But like I told yesterday, son was blinded by Ashoka itself because of some internal misunderstanding. So Ashoka was the last strongest person you can remember in Mauryan Empire. After Ashoka's death, all other subordinate kings under Ashoka, subordinate kings meaning the kings who were reporting to Ashoka, they have all declared independence. When I'm saying declaring independence, meaning is they don't want to be ruled under Mauryan Empire, meaning that they don't want to report to Mauryas any longer. That is called declaring independence. If they retaliate, then they will wage war. That is called declaring independence. Okay, so all the kings, subordinate kings, they have declared independence. Normally what we would have thought was it was Shatavahanas who was ruling the entire Andhra Desha, but it was not so. Historians, what they have found out is places that I am going to show, that is from in Telangana, north side it is Karimnagar, west side it is Medak, east side it is Khammam, south side Mehboob Nagar. All these areas, they have found evidences that few other dynasties have ruled Andhra Desha. So there were couple of coins which they found, and they have concluded that there were few other dynasties which have ruled before Shatavahanas and after Mauryan Empire. Like you can see in the map I am showing, this is our Hyderabad. Let me just highlight this information for you guys. So this is Hyderabad, you see, right? I'm changing the color. Okay, so this is Hyderabad, and you can see this is Kondapur, Medak district. Kondapur is a place in Medak district. It is not Hyderabad Kondapur. Yes, don't misunderstand that. And in Dhulikatta, that is Karimnagar, in Karimnagar district, it is Dhulikatta area. And then moving forward, in the east side, it is Nelakondapalli in Khammam district. And then to the south side it is Sangamaheshwaram, Mehboob Nagar. And also near Krishna and Tungabhadra rivers also they have found coins, right? So there were other places also like Rangapur, Gummakonda, Kudali in Mehboob Nagar only. But we don't have to remember all this, just you can this thing I am going to erase. Yeah, you can just remember the way that there were a couple of places where all the other dynasties has been ruling before Shatavahana era. This is just for your understanding that I am showing you, correct? And then let's, what is next? Yeah, here it is. You see Tungabhadra river, Tungabhadra, and then Krishna river. The area between Tungabhadra and Krishna river was also ruled by few other dynasties before Shatavahana era. How you can map is, this is our Hyderabad, you can see it here. This is Hyderabad and this is the place. And you see how you border Telangana is, this is border you can map. Because here Mehboob Nagar we have, and then Kurnool goes. This is the Telangana border and this is Karnataka side border, right? This is Karnataka. Here. Now let's look into Telangana history before Shatavahanas. We'll just see the Telangana map, old map and the new map. Old map we're having only 10 districts. When it was formed, it was just 10 districts. Now it is total 31 districts. We just can go with the old map. Mostly we go with the old map, and new map, whenever it is needed, we take that in picture also. Right? Just have a view of it. Main Adilabad, Karimnagar, Nizamabad, Medak, Warangal, Khammam, Nalgonda, Rangareddy and Mehboob. So where all places did we find evidences? One is Karimnagar to the north, south it is Mehboob Nagar, and east it is Khammam, west it is Medak. Need to remember places also. In Medak, what is it? It is Kondapur. In Karimnagar, right, Dhulikatta. And in Khammam area, what is it in Khammam area? Nelakondapalli, correct. Mehboob Nagar, it is Sangamaheshwaram. So these areas you can just remember like that. 4 places we found evidences. And Dhulikatta is one place that you might come across many of times. And then one more famous place is Koti Lingala temple. That is also in Karimnagar. We have to remember Koti Lingala place. Okay, now let's see the evidences which we found for the existing of the dynasties. So there is a department called State Archaeological and Museum Department, right? So this department, they have conducted excavations, they have dig places. Mostly they have this Koti Lingala place, and they have found numerous number of coins. Many coins they have found, along with the name of the kings for few, and few it is blank, there is no name, and few they have punch marks in the coins. So all these type of coins were found. So 4 places, yeah, here you see 4 places which also they found was in Dhulikatta, that is Karimnagar, east side, right? East side we have seen Dhulikatta, Karimnagar. There King Silakasa name was encarved. And then in Warangal district, it is King Mahatalwara Sivakhanda. In Nelakondapalli, King Maharati Sivakansa. In Koti Lingala, Karimnagar also they have found couple of coins, right? And now we are going to see what are the coins found in Koti Lingala and the name of the kings. Okay, here you see there have been couple of layers. When they dig, there have been couple of layers, and they segregated in all these layers, right? Upper layers, 6th layer, 5th layer, 4th layer, 3rd layer, 2nd layer, 1st layer. So you just have to go through all these king names. You don't have to remember. I'm giving you a few seconds. Just have a look. I'm rubbing this part. Yep. Just have a look, take a screenshot, and don't have to memorize. Eventually, whenever it comes, we will learn accordingly. But this is just for reference, that the name of these kings has been found in all these layers, right? Yeah. So now that we have understood what are the name of the kings, the coins which were found in the Koti Lingala place during the excavation, now we are going to see between Krishna and Tungabhadra rivers, whichever studies they have been happening between the Krishna and Tungabhadra rivers, we are going to see that, right? Let's move. Yeah, first dynasty we are going to look into is Maharathi dynasty. Maharathi dynasty. How did we know that so and so dynasty existed? Was near Nelakondapalli, Khammam district. and some regions of Karnataka, they have found the coins of the king named Maharathi. And also in Ashoka's inscription, it has been mentioned that Maharathis were also called as Rathikas. So when Ashoka itself have narrated that Rathikas are existing and they are calling Maharathis as Rathikas, meaning that they must be Maharathis must be reporting to Ashoka, right? Because Ashoka was the ultimate ruler. Ashoka the Great is the ultimate ruler. Definitely Maharathi cannot be above Ashoka. That's why Maharathi should be only below Ashoka, and we can say that Maharathi was subordinate of Ashoka, right? That's how they told that Ashoka's Maharathi was the subordinate king of Ashoka, one of the subordinate kings. Ashoka's one of the subordinate kings we can call as Maharathi, right? This is the story of Maharathi dynasty. And coming to Hastina dynasty. In Hastina dynasty, there were few coins of the kings' names which were found well, like Maharathi Mahahastin, Maharathi Shiva Mahahastin, Maharathi Khadgapadi Hastin, right? All these names of the kings were found on the coins with the elephant picture. Now if you see closely, everyone is having Maharathi as common, right? Maharathi as common. So that is why few researchers or few say that the Hastina dynasty is also called as Maharathi dynasty. But you can always contradict to this name, because if you remember Mahabharata, Karn was also called as Maharathi. He was a Sud Putra. Sud Putra means he was from a low class, but still he was called as Maharathi because he was not considered as Kshatriya at that time. So there were few clashes in here saying that they are also called as Maharathi dynasty, but we are learning it as a Hastina dynasty, right? So this is the end of our today's class. Tomorrow we are going to see about Talwara dynasty within river Krishna and Tungabhadra. Okay, till then take care, happy reading, see you tomorrow.